Hello everyone and welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today's reading will be a love chooser card about your current relationship. Take a moment please to choose A, B or C, whichever card or crystal you're most drawn to represent the relationship energies. The timestamps will be down in the description and we'll begin with option A with the Aquamarine. The energies between you right now, the King of Wands in reverse. I'm going to ask for Now those energies were the reasons for staying in the relationship, reasons for leaving, okay, and potential future outcome. Okay, so the King of Wands in reverse represents sort of the loss of passion. The King of Wands is someone who's a leader, who's very creative, very energetic. They go forward with great passion. They're someone who's a little bit unshakable. However, in reverse, it can mean that there's a loss of passion in the relationship, sort of a disconnect. The reasons for staying in the relationship, I should also say that the King of Wands in reverse can indicate someone in the relationship could potentially be bullying the other person. They could be a little bit aggressive and unpleasant. The reasons for staying, the Page of Wands, that's a positive card. That's like a new venture. That's going forward into a project or something with great passion, almost like a childlike happy energy. It's a doing what makes you happy type of card. And I feel like this relationship is something that makes you happy. There's definitely an aspect to it where you're very playful with each other. There's areas that you connect on a very, almost like a passionate, fun level. It's like two strong personalities coming together. Your reasons for leaving, however, the Three of Pentacles in reverse can indicate poor workmanship. It can also indicate problems with resource or finance management. So it could be that, for example, one of you is spending a lot more than the other, one of you is perhaps not working as hard, or you're struggling to come together and build sort of a stable or nurturing environment, perhaps in terms of living together. It just indicates poor workmanship and struggling to get along with co-workers. The future and the advice is, that's opportunity, that's about keeping an open mind, that's about looking at your options, not being too tied down about things. I feel like the energy here is, don't become too settled on this relationship, don't cling to it too much, just keep going. If it's making you happy, then that's good, but if it begins to make you feel very unhappy or very stressed, it's time to look at other opportunities. So that'll be it for option A. Move these cards aside. And we'll move on to B. If you've chosen B, it's the pink opal. Current energies between you, strength in reverse. Reasons for staying in this relationship. Reasons for leaving. And future outcome or advice. Current energies between you with the strength in reverse. That can indicate giving up, dissatisfaction, someone who isn't putting very much effort into things. I feel like there's an aspect where the two of you have sort of grown apart a little bit here. Reasons for staying with the Ace of Swords in reverse. I feel like that's a bit of a warning. It could be that you should stay with this person in order to perhaps protect yourself socially in a way. I'm feeling like there's an aspect of staying with this person is kind of a toxic thing. You want to stay with them because you don't want to break up. You don't want to be seen as failing this relationship. You don't want to be seen as someone who, perhaps to people that said, haha, your relationship won't work, you want to kind of prove them wrong. It's almost like a self-deprecating thing in this relationship. There's very much a defeatist attitude. We have here the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this was a reason for leaving. This indicates you'll be able to move forward in a stable manner. It's further opportunities, really. It can also mean material or financial growth. It could be that the two of you are perhaps incompatible. You're perhaps from two different social or financial circles, and the gap is, or perhaps your friends or some sort of social aspect I'm feeling is not as compatible, and it's making the relationship difficult. I'm feeling as though the reason for leaving is related to money or resources in the relationship, and that's what's caused this. It's almost like an exhaustion, this stress that's become a big conflict. We have this Page of Pentacles here. This is the advice and the future outcome. This is about planting your seeds. This is beginning anew. This is a new job card, a new opportunity. I feel like here the cards are saying if you want to make this relationship work, you're going to have to work this out, especially if it's related to money or resources. But it also says if you can't work it out, it's plant your seeds anew and look for a new opportunity and move on, because you do have the potential for further growth in another area with another person if this relationship doesn't work out. The Ace of Swords, though, is a little bit concerning. It feels like you shouldn't stay with someone kind of with a defeatist, I can't find anyone else, I don't want to look like a failure in public. I don't feel like that's a good option for you. I feel like you need to look more here. The reasons for leaving are monetary, resource, nurturing and growth. I feel like you need to take that into strong consideration here with this relationship. So that's it for option B. Leave the cards aside and we'll move on to option C. With the Serpentine. We have the Six of Cups, the energies between you. Reasons for leaving. No, reasons for staying, and we have reasons for leaving. And then future advice. What outcome? Okay, I feel like this is a longer term relationship, or a relationship that perhaps began when you were a bit younger. There's obviously happy memories here, there's a lot of emotional connection and feeling. It's very sort of almost, it does feel like a loving relationship. Your reasons for staying, the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's generally a negative card. That can mean at the end of a romance or something like that, but here it feels more like one of you needs to stop looking for other opportunities. I feel like there's a bit of, you have a very loving and almost happy relationship here, but you're kind of almost dreaming, what about? Is there something else? Is this a happy relationship? Am I happy here? It also feels here with the Death in reverse, the reasons for leaving, is it feels like there's not going to be much progression. Now that could be you've had a long-term relationship and one of you wants marriage and the other one is saying I'm not interested in that, or perhaps one wants children and the other one is saying no. It feels like this is a very happy relationship, and it almost feels like you don't want to give up on it. However, the Two of Swords here indicates that it's time to, it's sort of a very closed-minded thing. I think you need to perhaps close yourself off emotionally from this, because the Two of Swords, that's an air sign, that's about intellect and communication. I feel like it's saying you really need to sit back, detach yourself emotionally. Is this relationship going to fulfill you anymore? Because I feel like there's an aspect of it that's saying you're no longer having necessarily the most romantic, loving honeymoon period. You do have good memories and a happy, long relationship, but it feels like there's no future progression for it. And the Two of Swords is saying, is this what you really want? You need to think about this one. Close yourself off, but don't be too close-minded. It's really, is this relationship what you want type of energy I'm getting from this. So if these readings were beneficial to you, please like, comment and subscribe. I would love to hear from you in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video.